I'm coming in hot before we dive into today's episode because I have a special announcement, something I've been dreaming of creating for the past 7 years. You know how it feels to learn all of this amazing personal growth stuff, but then somehow end up feeling worse because you're not actually doing it? Like your knowledge is actually making you feel guilty instead of empowered. I get it. That's exactly why I created Living Mind Love. Each month, we'll explore one focus area through the lens of neuroscience and spirituality. But here's the magic part. Instead of overwhelming you with changes, we'll break everything down into tiny micro shifts that your brain actually welcomes, so you'll understand the science behind why it works, connect with the spiritual wisdom, and most importantly, actually apply it to your life. The value in this program is worth at least 50 times what I'm going to be giving it to you for, because it is my mission to help as many people as possible transform their lives. You'll also get access to the first ever Mind Love community on School. So if you're ready to stop collecting wisdom and start actually living it, go to mindlove.com/waitlist to join the waitlist, and you'll get instant access to my 10-year vision meditation. So let's get into today's episode. Welcome to Mind Love Premium, episode 48. Today's episode is all about how your past affects your relationships.
What I discovered is that I needed the affection and attention of a beautiful woman to make me feel like a man. It's like a relationship was going to fill a void, or was going to fix a problem, or is going to finish the story of not being wanted, or help me find an identity. So the real reason I wanted a relationship was to heal the wounded parts of me. And because I was in the relationship for that put an enormous amount of pressure on my partner to make me feel like a man. I didn't know this consciously, but after I got out of it and I looked back, and why was there so much drama? What was I complaining about in the relationship? Why was I disappointed with this or that? Why did she break up with me? She broke up with me because, Roy, no matter what I do, it's never enough for you.
I have a personal question for you. How did your last breakup go? What went wrong? Was it their fault or mostly their fault? It always kind of is, right? Humor me for a moment, though. What if it wasn't? Trigger warning here, but what if you're the only common denominator in all of your relationship issues? Wild idea, I know. I also know that when I am having relationship conflicts, I usually believe I'm right. Even when it's a stretch to think so, I can almost always find a justification for my actions. Confirmation bias is real, y'all. Plus, we are each the heroes of our own stories, so we usually see ourselves as the good guys. But here's the thing. It takes two to tango. It's ridiculous to think that we aren't at fault, at least some of the time. And the hard truth is that even when your partner is truly awful, it's still worth examining how you attracted that type of person. Or if you want to look at it in a less woo-woo way, why did you allow yourself to settle for someone who treated you less than you deserve? I've been in some really bad relationships. I assumed cheating was just something that always happened because it seemed to always happen to me. And if you've been listening a while, you may know my rock bottom. You know, the guy who I found out bit by bit was addicted to alcohol, gambling, meth, sex, and was also secretly robbing houses? Yeah, I could list a million ways that he was a terrible person. But what would I gain from that at this point? I am more interested in how I didn't see the signs earlier, why I justified them when I did, why I stayed once I knew, why I didn't think I deserved better, why he thought someone like me was a match for someone like him. You get the gist. When I actually found the courage to ask myself these questions and be real about the answers, that's when I started to grow and heal and have different relationships. During the interim of this relationship and the healing, I seemed to keep attracting the same kind of people. Maybe not quite as bad. That would be hard to do, but definitely not the type of person that was going to keep growing with me. I've come to learn, though, that everything comes back to me. It doesn't mean I justify people's bad behavior. It just means that I stop blaming my situation on other people. I take responsibility for where I am because it's all I can do. Regardless of what's going on around me, if I understand my role in it, I take my power back. And part of that includes looking at my past to see how it's influencing my future. How have I been hurt in the past? How was I shown love? What do I believe about relationship roles? How have I manipulated people in the past? It's not always fun. It's actually kind of messy. But I look at it like clearing the weeds before planting my garden. So that's what we're talking about today. Our guest is Roy Biancalana. He's a certified relationship coach and a nationally recognized expert in the field of attraction and conscious relationships. He is also the author of 3 #1 best-selling books, the latest of which is Relationship Boot Camp, Hardcore Training for Life, Love, and the Pursuit of Intimacy. So 3 key things we will learn are how you're creating your relationship Groundhog's Day, how to face your past to create a new future, and how to work your 7 relationship muscles. Hey there, wild minds. So this was just a preview, but you can access the whole episode with a Mind Love Premium membership. If Mind Love has been helpful to you in any way, consider helping support the show by joining this exclusive community. I promise I'm making it totally worth it. You get exclusive episodes, which means twice the Mind Love, in a private feed that imports right to your favorite podcast app, so you don't have to go to the web to listen. And that's not all. You also get all Mind Love episodes ad-free for uninterrupted listening. You get early access to episodes, and you get bonus video interviews and powerful meditation downloads. And finally, you get priority access to me, so you're free to reach out to me with any questions that you have about life, love, relationships, success, whatever it might be. And in more good news, you can get started free with a 2-week free trial. Just go to mindlove.com/premium. And if you're a student, reach out to me on Instagram and I'll give you a special discount.